Morning friends, I'm at it again. Just working on the fringes of society this morning out in the rural area. And a lot of granite around here just popping out of the ground everywhere. Have a look at this lot. Coming out of the road, on the roadside. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Anyway, I've got to make some post holes for a fella this morning. He's put in a great big long nice fence and he's got a few holes that he just can't get a post in after quite a bit of perseverance. He's had a big excavator there with a barrel type auger that hasn't done much good. Wow, look at that. And I've got to make it work for him, so stay tuned. Here we are, just coming up now up to his front gate. Nice fence, eh? He's made that all himself. Quite a nice job. I mean, it's not 8:26, it's only 7:26. I just haven't changed my clock yet. Cheers. Let's have a look at this job. It's a post hole job. That one's okay. This one had some rock in it. He's got some of it out using Expando to break it, which is a bit of a monumental effort. Still a bit stuck in the bottom with some holes he's drilled in it that will blast. That one's okay. That one's got a bit of rock stuck in it and a crack from two holes of the Expando. That's where he ran out, by the way. Some holes in there. That one, you can see where the toothed barrel has ground the granite away, and his teeth. And this one, this will be the first one we blow. About 35mm holes, 34. About 330 deep, not very deep. Just about 300. Yeah, a bit of Expando cracking there, and this piece is quite loose. That'll come out, that's easy. Alright, I think we'll just run a det cord shot around those perimeter holes there and see what happens. Just taking a break to think about it a bit. Loaded the first 3 post holes with cord, just using the existing holes the customer drilled. And we'll see how that works out. It might be good enough. And we'll press on. A 5th post hole. I've elected to do this one sequentially with millisecond delay non-L dets. The reason is that just, you know, having 3 holes in a line like that, if you fire them with det cord all at the same time, the tendency is one side of the rock breaks off and the other side stays there, which is not what we want. So by doing it this way, I think we've probably got a better first time success rate. That's got to be the closest holes and shortest holes I've loaded in quite a while. Actually, they're only about 250 to 300 deep and very close. Hopefully brute force prevails and we get it all out first time. And this shot is 5 post holes. Fairly successful on the first 3 holes, I think. 4th hole hasn't moved very much. Fifth hole hasn't moved very much either, but we'll dig him out and have a look. Oh well, it has actually. It's moved a bit of dirt, but not much rock to show, but there wasn't much rock in that hole anyway. Now the fun part, with a spade. Okay, after much huffing and puffing, with a spade and a crowbar, I'm going to call all these 5 post holes a first time success. That's number 1, had the 5 holes in a half moon shape, in an arc. That's good. Yeah, that one had 3 holes and it's just got a bit of dirt in it. That's better. This one had 4 holes again in a 180 degree arc. That's good. That's probably a little bit short, but much wider than it needs to be. This one here is a bit troublesome, but got the bits out in the end. That only had 2 holes in it, and it also had a big crack that was made with the cracking agent that was really in the wrong spot, but it's big enough. And this one here had the 3 holes with the non-L-dets in it, and that's really smashed it up. Just shrapnel come out of that hole. Vacuumed most of it out. So that's good. We'll move on up the hill now. Hi, this is post hole number 6. The person before me here has put 17 holes, drilled 17 holes in here, bit of an effort, and put a lot of cracking goo in the holes, and it's cracked all over the place, but of course it's not coming out because it's not sheared at the bottom. And cracking goo, despite the wonderful stuff that it is, and the amount of times it saved my butt, doing post holes is really not a good application for it, I'm afraid. So I'm going to try and cheat and reuse some of the holes. Let's get the cracking goo out of them and put explosives in those holes. It's might work. Getting the cracking goo out, it's a bit tricky. Sometimes it sets as hard as stone, sometimes it turns to dust. So I'm going to try and drill it out, and I'm going to use a chisel bit, and the reason for that is that it's pretty easy to block your drill when you're drilling soft goo like this, and these are easier to unblock than a button, unless you pull the button off. Yeah, and because these have only got 1 hole, it's less inclined to block where the buttons have 2 or 3 holes. It's easy for 1 or 2 to block. Yeah, so I'll try and drill some of that stuff out and just do another det cord shot in here, and with a bit of luck we'll get it out. I'll give you a look. There we go, you can see the white cracking goo, and he's laboured extensively with the diamond core barrel to get a hole down the centre, which, you know, might almost have worked if he was able to get that to full depth, and with careful placement of the holes it might have worked. But, you know, core drilling this stuff is not a holiday either. It's quite difficult and fraught with problems. So yeah, just watch me have trouble getting this goo out. that was remarkably painless. I can't believe how easy that came out. Other times I've done this, it's been a real battle. Yeah, sometimes it's just like pus in the holes and it's wet and it just clogs up your drill steels. But that came out very easily. You'll notice I'm being very diligent vacuuming it all up too, because had some bad experiences with getting this stuff in my eyes and in my lungs in its powdered form when it's just a bit residual like this. And you really want to go to the trouble to avoid that, believe me. Alright, so I've drilled the goop out of every second hole around the perimeter, or every third in a couple of places. And there's lots of cracks in there, so I'll just load all them with shots with det cord, and I reckon that'll do the trick. A 5-hole shot to put a post hole in. The horse is just having a look, checking out my post hole. That is a big dog, he's 70 kilos. Alright. Anyway, here's post hole number 6. Oh, it's got a bit of stuff falling in there, but that's now plenty deep enough. And I'm done, so thanks for coming to work with me again. And I'll catch you next time.